Hey everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I am Bill, and we are taxiing on the ramp here at Oakland on the possibly final leg of this long-haul flight in the JustFlight Aero from my hometown of Gig Harbor, Washington, down to my current home in Orange County, down to John Wayne. And the calculations that I did for this flight were based on Archer speeds. This isn't much faster, but it is fast enough that it might get us there without me desperately needing to stop for dinner. So the plan is to make it down to John Wayne. If we don't, that is fine. There's plenty of cool places to stop along the way. So we're going to kind of make that call along the way. But we're, of course, logged on to PilotEdge and feeling good about flying. Bay Area has some pretty tricky airspace to navigate around. Nothing, as crazy really as LA. But let's see. This is showing.
754 down to Whiskey, Salt Lake City approach. Clear to the Denver Centennial Airport as filed. Maintain 9,000.
Yeah, here's
Bravo.
Okay.
010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is Salt Lake City approach 135.5.
Different flight plan, same
Squawk
destination.
2172 will hold for release.
What's up, Dave? Okay, so we're gonna do this. Yeah.
Flight level
Yep.
390.
Gig Harbor.
135.5 2172
Switch to the
and hold for
mixture.
release.
4 Delta Whiskey, we're back correct. Advance ready for departure.
Good there. Cycle the prop. A little bit of a delay there. Good. Check idle.
I'm clear.
Okay, looks good. And then we'll go check the controls real quick. There's a nice efficient run up there. Cool. All right, so that looks good. Let's go over to tower, and our departure frequency out of here is 3565, and we need to stay north of Lake Cabot, and that should keep us clear from all anxiety. What's up, Peter? Okay, so that is good. Everything is set. We got the beacon code is in, departure frequency is in. Everything looks super lovely. I'm actually going to get our departure limit in there. That's good. Lives in Tacoma, right on. Yeah, I lived there for a couple years. Originally from Gig Harbor, but yeah, Tacoma is right across the street. That's awesome. I need to make gyro correction be 0. There we go. Okay. I mean, I've been here for 15 years, so yeah, it's awesome. If that's what you were referring to, but yeah, it's been great, man. It's been great, Peter. Oakland Tower, Cherokee 83364, holding short 28 right.
Murray 2364, Oakland Tower right, turn out approved. Turn to right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 28 right turn out approved, Cherokee 83364. All right, lights coming on. Lights are good. Fuel pump is on. Camera.
Hey,
Action.
Whoa, buddy.
Hey, that's how old I am.
Yeah, 35 months. Ryan, thank you very much, Captain Dark, on the
Entered runway 28 right.
This-
5,400 feet remaining.
Denver approach 120.
the originator of all this crap. Yeah, I would hope you're not 35 months. All right, let's do it.
Denver approach, good evening, Southwest 4766 is on a flight level 239 descending via the Logger 2, landing south, information hotel.
Whoa,
Southwest
whoa,
4766 Denver approach.
What is it doing?
Denver altimeter 3019. I'll give you the choice between 17 right and 17 left. Correction, 16 right, 16 left. Which would you prefer?
Gears coming up, props are coming back. Wow, that was crazy.
Southwest 4766, Roger, you can expect that.
Thank you.
Yikes. Okay. I think that was probably just the ground handling not being able to catch up with the winds. Because look at the winds, we're 25 knot crosswind and it was just tweaking out.
Caution, TFR above.
Got these beautiful little clouds to contend with here. Yeah, 25 knots in the bay right now. That's a little bit nutty.
Caution, inside TFR.
What the hell was that?
Marine 3364, radar contact, connect NorCal departure.
NorCal departure Cherokee 83364. Joe. Aw. NorCal departure, good evening Cherokee 83364, 1500 climbing restricted.
Marine 3364, NorCal departure, at altimeter 2986, cancel altitude restriction.
2986, canceling altitude restriction Cherokee 83364. Dude, that's awesome, man. Heading out on Sunday. That's sweet. Alright, so that looks good. That cloud looks good there. And I think we are good up to our 5500. Yeah, that cloud is just right in our way. But we can climb. It's a little bit on the see-through side anyway. But we'll climb up to 5500. They call it the bro of airplanes. Brasilia.
Tri-City Towers, Cessna 99171 is 8.5 to the west inbound Mosquito.
And I love the glare shield, like the lighting on that looks
November
freaking awesome.
99171, Tri-Cities Tower, enter left base, runway 3 right.
Left base, runway 3
Look
right.
at how real this looks. That looks awesome. Man, this thing sounds awesome. It's got a nice little rumble to it. Yeah, I think 5500 will be okay for us along here. We're going big time into the wind, I believe. Maybe not. No, I think actually I take that back. We got the opposite. We got a 25 knot tailwind. Javcar, thank you for following. Welcome. Welcome on board. Let's get those incandescent bulbs off. All right, we're making our way down. I don't know, what do you think? Should we try to, because I have going over to Monterey, which does make the flight a little bit longer. Let's see, how much longer does this?
754 down to Whiskey.
Okay, that cuts off quite a bit of time. We're just gonna go straight.
Salt Lake of your intentions no later than 1 to 0 minutes. Change your advisory frequency approved.
That'll make it easier too.
754 Delta Whiskey, clearance void. If not off at 5, advise within 10. Talk to you soon. 4 Delta Whiskey.
Okay, so we need to stop at 5500 anyway for a little Bravo action, but whoa. But that is right here. Okay, so let me get this thing. Set up there. Okay, and let's turn the fuel pump. We're gonna get onto the right tank.
Tri-City Towers,
And
99171
fuel pump is coming off. Fuel
with an
flow
extended
still
final
looks good.
for 3 is cleared to land.
Number 171, runway 3 right, clear to land.
Cleared to
Pull
land,
back
3 right.
the prop a
99171.
little bit more. I want to be a bit more at 2500. That sounds better.
Southwest 4766, contact Denver approach,
And lean it out
123.85.
a little bit.
123.85, Southwest 4766.
Feels a little better. Yeah, a little cloudy.
For approach, good evening, Southwest 766.
I know it's silly because like the ATIS on here will pull from theoretically the real weather, but yeah, 260 at 20. Marginal VFR at Oakland. Broken at 1600, broken at 1900. And we just scooted right out of there. I did not even look at that. Whoa! San Francisco is 270, 29, gusting 42. Holy crap. That is insane. Text my friend who lives right next to the airport.
November 83364, say altitude.
We're at 5,500 Cherokee 83364.
Number 83364, just be advised that shell for the Bravo right there is 4 to 10. You just entered the Bravo. As you keep going eastbound, you'll be clear of it, so you're fine for right now, but just so you are aware.
Oh, roger that. Yeah, I see that now. Cherokee 83364. Yeah, we'll continue on this heading. I did not see that at all. Yeah, 40, gusting 42 is crazy. That usually does not happen in the Bay very often. And San Francisco is significantly windier than Oakland, which is weird too. And probably why we're getting like, look at that weird vibration.
171 taxi to parking via.
What is causing
taxi
that?
Parking via Alpha Echo cross runway 12 at Alpha.
Taxi parking via Alpha Echo cross.
Is that the, yeah, that's how windy and bumpy it is right now, that it's trying to maintain that and just getting tossed. Dude, that's crazy.
Salt Lake City departure, citation.
All right. Well, I
Motherboard,
haven't
Delta
busted a
Whiskey,
Bravo
8600,
on PilotEdge in a while, so that's exciting.
Delta Whiskey, Salt Lake City departure.
How did I miss that shelf? Oh, because I thought it was.
754 Delta
Oh,
Whiskey,
yeah,
radar
I
contact
see.
4 miles southwest Ogden VOR, climbing to maintain flight level
Well,
210.
better here
Flight level
than
210,
in real life. Okay, so I'm gonna have to like manually keep an eye on the altitude because that autopilot is not working right now. It's crazy windy. What's San Jose doing? See, in San Jose is only at 10. He says, yeah. No, it's calm here. But I just took off from Oak. Yikes. Whopper.
Southwest 47.
Did I get that one right? Welcome aboard.
Direction cross shred error above 10,000, clear ILS 16.
Okay, so I am.
113 Victor, my contact to Los Angeles, 124.62.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stay at this for a while. I'm pretty far from any class Bravo over where I fly, but any cross country, I'm always nervous about that if I know I'll be flying through an area close to one. Yeah, you just got to be careful, which I was not, and part of that is, you know, I'm gonna actually. NorCal approach, Cherokee 83364. We've got some terrain ahead of us. Any chance we can get up to 9,500 here, Cherokee 83364?
Number 83364, sure. Cleared through Oakland, San Francisco, Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR 9,500.
All right, clear to the Bravo. Maintain 9,500, Cherokee 83364. It's kind of the caveat to flying in the simulator and doing flights kind of quickly that, you know, in airspace that I'm not super familiar with. You know, if I'm familiar with Oakland, I would have for sure known that there was a 4,000 foot shelf there. But because when I did the flight plan, I just kind of glanced at it, I was more looking at the, I'll pull it up here. You know, I was more looking at this area right here, basically where I'm at right now, at those shelves, and I missed that guy right there, which is the Bravo that I busted. So it's just taking more time when it's real versus, you know, that safety net really where you know that I'm not going to get arrested at the end of this flight for busting that Bravo. But yeah, it's just not, you know, and I should have paid a little bit more attention, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's just it's pretty hard to pay as close of attention all the time. But that is funny. I mean, they're on top of it, which is a good. It's good to show how on top of it PilotEdge can be, but it's also a good example of how easy it is to not pay attention and miss a shelf and just pop right through it. And as soon as you hear ATC verify what altitude you're at, you just know. Like, I just know as soon as it says verified altitude, like, dude, I absolutely know for sure that you're gonna bust me right now. What's up, Dice? I do like being hands-on as well. Sometimes staring at a computer screen, I'll not notice something. Yeah, streaming also adds a little bit of distraction as well, but again, not excuses at all, but it is, they're good reminders. I'm so used to the, you know, LAX, Socal airspace that, you know, where I know where those shelves are, so I don't really bother confirming because I just know them being your home airspace. But yeah, that's funny. I even took like a minute extra before I took off, going like, okay, like check the tack chart, make sure that, you know, everything's, I understand where everything is.
Hello. Hi.
And sure enough, just flew right through that. Treatle?
Hey, bird.
No, not Treatle.
Buddy.
Tree Turtle. Welcome. Thank you very much for following. And C. McKay, thank you so much for Treatle. Thank you so much for 6 months, man. Happy Tuesday. Welcome. I'm so bad at usernames. So, Tree Turtle, I apologize for the offense. And that yoke bouncing all over the place is annoying. We have stopped our climb. Yeah, no kidding. We have stopped our climb. Keep it going. Keep it going. When was the last time I busted the Bravo on PilotEdge? I'm pretty sure it was Vegas. Yeah, I did. I absolutely busted it in Vegas. I wasn't quite as combative about it
Connecting for tower 135.3.
as the
Tower
206.
353, Southwest 4766.
But I did go straight through it. I did just
Denver Tower
YOLO
Southwest 4766.
right in
On
there.
the ILS 16 right.
Southwest 4766, Denver Tower, Romeo 16 right, settle in.
Settle in 16 right, Southwest 4766.
Alright, how's our ground speed with all this crazy wind? We've got a nice 20 knot tailwind, looks like. Right through the old Central Valley. This will not be super dynamic scenery. But once we're up at 9,500, I'm hoping this thing can speed up and smooth out a little bit. On PilotEdge, I looked at the subscriptions, and there was LAX and Western. Do you know the difference? Yeah, the ZLA is the ZLA. I don't know what you'd call it, like region, ATC region is actually called like Socal ZLA, and that whole area is 1-to-1. So all towered public fields are towered. On PilotEdge. It's smaller geographically than the Western expansion, but it's more densely packed. I had that for the first 2 years. Just ZLA did not have the Western expansion. The Western expansion area is much larger. It includes all Bravos, I think all Charlies, and select, and very few select Deltas. It's really geared more towards, jet flying. So it's a larger area, fewer airports in between. But yeah, it does. Yeah, the PilotEdge coverage area on their website does show all of that. It depends on what kind of flying. I like if I had to pick between the two, I would absolutely pick ZLA. There's a crazy variety of airspace But
buddy.
Good evening, pilot and YouTubers.
what's up, Schmoboy? Thank you so much for 7 months. That is awesome. And Omega 38K, thank you for following. Welcome. But yeah, the website does have a nice map of all the airports that are included. It really comes down to what type of plane you're flying. If you're into piston GA planes, ZLA is really, really fun because it's so dense with airports. That's my favorite. But if you like, you know, any of the regional jets or 737, whatever, you know, and you want to have longer haul flights, then the West might be a little bit more suited towards you. The ZLA subscription includes all of the flights for the ratings, both the CAT ratings, which are the VFR ratings, and the I ratings, which are the IFR stuff. So if you wanted to do the ratings, which I highly recommend doing, at least start out with ZLA, and then once you finish the ratings, you can always, you know, update your location or your subscription after the next billing cycle. You can add at any time, but you can only change at the end of the billing cycle. So that's what I would recommend if you're just starting with it. Start with ZLA, do the ratings, and then go from there. But if you are, you know, if you like the piston planes, ZLA has a ton of cool airports.
Southwest 4766, vacated at Delta 5.
Alright, we are almost up, and
Southwest 4766,
we're now up to almost a 30 knot tailwind, so we could be money for getting down to John Wayne.
Across the approach end of
And we can maybe even go over LAX and just dump it in. But maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how quickly we can actually get down there. Probably get this in the GPS as well, so I'm not having to monkey with the heading. Almost there. And it is 30 past the hour, which means fuel pump is coming on. Fuel pressure looks good. And we're switching to the left tank. Looks good. And fuel pump is coming off. No, does it say that? Yeah, it does. Bored. That's really funny. It's not as good as moron, though. Hey, since Nightbot mentions it, if you are new, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Bill, and I am, despite what it may appear like, I am a private pilot based out of John Wayne, which is where we're heading right now. But join the Discord if you're interested in aviation in any capacity. It is such an amazing community. Regardless of what your interest is. Flight sim, real flying. If you're a sim pilot and you want to get into real flying, I would say that there's probably no better place on the internet to help with that. I know that's probably that's quite a claim, but I believe that our mixture of resources between the sim and the real world stuff is pretty unique. CFIs of varying levels. Tons of pilots and sim pilots as well. So if this stuff is interesting to you and you want to join a community where you can learn more, share pictures, share experiences, get information, ask questions, all that stuff, the Discord is a very very great community to do that, and we would love to have you. You want to keep it growing. It's at 1,500, roughly 1,500 members. So It's not just like a little group of 20 weirdos. It's 1,500 weirdos. All right, let's see. H Factor, welcome. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. It's been one of the coolest parts about doing this, for sure. So we're pretty close to access to a new plane that has a 430. So that'll be nice to have 430 here again. I'm actually looking forward to using that more in the real plane, so it helps me use it better in flight sim, because the plane that I started learning on originally had a 430, and they're great units, and after that I never used it, or the plane that transitioned into did not have one, so I never really used it a whole lot. The Bonanza's got one, but yeah, it'll be nice to have that unit. It is a solid hang, right? It is. We're open all day. It's fun, man. It is very, very fun to have that Discord all day. Okay, so that is starting to come in here. Let's get this thing. Why is that not magenta? Maybe once we get close. So if I switch it over to nav right now, what's going to happen? It's going to capture.
Seattle clearance, good evening. American 1180, like to get our clearance to...
Yeah, I have H Factor, and I just would rather use the buttons.
Whoa, buddy.
Papa Charlie, 11-month streak. That's amazing. Thank you, man, so much for the support. Yeah, I have the radio stack, yeah, which is nice. And I full disclosure, I did. Whoa. I did get that for free.
American 1180 clear to Glacier Park International.
From a flight school.
Climb by a 6 at maintain 9,000. 120.4 on departure, and our squawk is 4513.
Yeah, there we go. So I did get that free from a flight school that was literally throwing it out. And that's been really nice to have that radio stack, but I've always liked having the, see, what is that doing? I can't go direct. Cool.
Phoenix clearance, Alaska 175, John Wayne.
That is cool. So what if I activate, let's see, what if I activate, or let's delete that and then activate that. Okay, that might work.
The John Wayne Airport Kings to departure harbor transition.
There we go. That's gonna work.
Then as filed, maintain 8,000. Departure frequency.
Okay.
100.2.
Best price is free. Yeah. So I just think that having like the real sim gear stuff is nice, but it's just extra cost for me that I don't really feel like I get the benefit out of. You know, knowing where the buttons are and kind of what to do, to me is more, or is as important as the actual physical knob. I mean, yeah, it's easier to use, but again, I would rather just have the experience of, you know, clicking on the mouse. I mean, I don't utilize the GPS that much. It's not like something I'm interacting with non-stop. You know, you set it up once and then you kind of leave it alone. So you know, I don't even know how much those things are. I'm assuming they're probably like $1,000 or something. that's a lot of money for something that you're only interacting with a couple of times per flight. You know, setting it up and then en route maybe for a couple of things here and there. But that's just my take on the hardware stuff. I definitely don't fault anybody for investing in that, because they're very cool. So just as a piece of tech, they're cool. You know, and if you know the budget is not really that much of a concern, then have at it. And if it was $10, then yeah, you know, or if someone gave it to me, yeah, I'd use it and think it's super cool. But yeah, it's just not been something that I have wanted to invest in. I'd rather take that money and go fly, you know, on the weekend or something. $400 for the 430. Yeah. Yeah, the radio is like I use the radio all the time on PilotEdge. So to have that functionality alone is great. You know, I'm not really putting in user waypoints in 430s that often, you know, in the sim to want a dedicated piece of hardware for that. Again, that being said, it is very, very cool, and I wish I had it. Okay, so our ground speed, we're going 145 over the ground. This is great. Class Echo Flight Controller is a good budget option. Gives you the button layout on a touchscreen. One hardware knob you can toggle around. Still have to look up at the main screen to see what you're doing. Interesting. That's cool. Yeah, there's, you know, the bigger this hobby gets, the more we'll have different solutions like that, which is super cool. Dude, this wind is beautiful right now. We are just blasting down here. It'll take us, you know, a little bit longer to navigate all the Socal stuff once we get there, but you know, we can climb 500 feet. Dump it in there. What's up, Scooby? Happy 420, man. Happy 420.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
Yeah. Well, this is the fun part of the flight. Okay. We're moving along. This is great though, 143 over the ground. Let's see if we can tweak that a little bit. We're still a little bit fast on the RPMs. I think that creeped up a little bit. Let's see if that helps. And we can lean it a little bit more too. These feel a little bit disconnected. The mixture. How was that for Cherokee 83364?
364 negative. Number 364 Charlie Minecraft, are you going to be able to get the sim moving again?
We are going from Oakland down to John Wayne. That's the goal. The destination is hopefully John Wayne. And I did not check the weather or the charts, the airspace before I left either.
November 754 Delta West, contact Denver,
We've got a
133.67.
crazy tailwind right now. So we're doing debonair speeds in an arrow, at least over the ground. Which is sweet. What are we trued out at? 131. That's actually not that great. Tailwind component, 9 knots. Okay, so that's a little bit. I maybe oversold a little bit. It felt like it was 20 at one point. It could have died down.
754 Delta Whiskey 10, center house.
So 42. Let's see if we can eke out a little bit of ground speed there. A couple knots. 43. Long flights. Do you ever speed up the sim when on PilotEdge? I do not. I have a couple of times, but I really don't. If I can't sit down and do the flight, I'm not gonna attempt it. And you know, the great thing about this is we can cruise, and I don't do like long flights like this hardly at all. I would much rather do 2 or 3 legs that are much shorter, or like a down and back kind of thing, because this isn't, I mean, I don't know, so many people stream airliner stuff that is up in cruise for a while, so I don't know if that is, if the viewability of that is a function of the fact that it's an airliner, or if people don't mind the cruise kind of hangout anticipation of landing. But I'm just trying, like, I wanted to take this plane on a long flight, and it's been nice for me to just pop up into cruise and hang out and chat with you guys. So that's fun. It's a little bit less effort on my part. But yeah, I mean, please let me know if you guys think this is better, the same, not as good as what I usually do. I have not messed with any weather add-on at any point in X-Plane or in Microsoft Flight Sim. I'm a very frugal flight simmer. I will happily pay for a premium payware plane. This is a $40 GA plane, but I think it's worth it. But I'm also going to fly the crap out of it. And you know, I fly to the same airports. I'm not going to buy an airport scenery for an airport that I'm going to go to a couple of times. I'm just not interested in dumping thousands of dollars into this. I would much rather put that money towards real life flying. So to keep my simulator flying as lean as possible, you know, luckily I primarily fly in Socal, so the weather is pretty nice all the time. I don't need, you know, realistic thunderstorms coming in. So I just, you know, keep it lean. Get the plane that I like, a couple airports that I frequent, and PilotEdge, and just hammer that stuff out. And to me, that's fun for me. I'm not big into chasing the latest payware airplanes or sceneries or anything like that. And same thing with the hardware. That's totally fine. I do get it, but it's just not my preference, I guess. I fly in real life. I fly PA-28, an Archer. I might be, the plane that I was talking about earlier I think it's a 160, but it's a Cherokee. It's like the older, shorter Cherokee. So that'll be a nice little time builder, and then I've got a little bit of time in a A36 Bonanza. Good variety. Yeah, I'll kind of switch it up a little bit. Flew a real Archer from Gillespie to Hatchapee. Took forever to get there. Dude, 180 horsepower is slow, and this is 200 horsepower, and it's just, I mean, like right now in a Bonanza we'd be we'd just be hauling ass right now. We'd be trued out, you know, at 155, 160 or whatever. What's up, Smokin'? I am great, man. How are you? Smokin' Yeti. Happy 420, man. Yeah, this is like just painfully slow, man. Sim Crash Mike, happy Tuesday. Just started my PPL training. Opted for the 172 over the Cherokee. Good idea, terrible mistake. I chose the Cherokee when I initially started, and then I transitioned partway through to a 172 and finished in a 172. It just depends on your preference, really. They're both the same price. You know, if one's cheaper than the other, go with the cheaper one. I just like the Cherokee more than the 172, but you'll have a great time in a 172. And congratulations, Tree Turtle. I highly say, if you're just starting out, I highly suggest, Tree Turtle, to check out our Discord. It's really, really beneficial for new private pilots. Lots of resources on there. So give that a shot. If you're into Discord, give that a shot. If you're not, download it, sign up. It will be worth a lot as a student, because you will, it's essentially like a free ground school. It's crazy. We have such great instructors in there. Definitely utilize that. I did see the GTN 750 mod, and I would love to get that downloaded. I just haven't had the time to figure it out. so I have not looked at it. I think it's even free as well, if I'm not mistaken. But it does look cool. I do like some touchscreen GPS stuff. I miss the 275 and the plane that I used to fly. It is really nice to be able to send your flight plan from PilotEdge as well. Okay, I'm not really sure what this GPS is capturing here. Oh, you know why? Jeez, dude. That's how long it's been since I've flown with a GPS. There you go. So I'm going to go over to... We should...
Number 83364, contact Oakland Center 128.7.
28.7 Cherokee 83364.
Number 364, Charlie Mike. Are you going to be able to get the sim moving again? Negative, not yet. I'll give it a radar hit or two to see if you start moving. Fortunately, like I see him moving now.
Awesome, thanks for the help.
I have the Bonanza by far wins, H-Factor. Oakland Center, good evening, Cherokee 83364 9500.
Number 83364, Oakland Center, Fresno, altimeter 2973.
2973 Cherokee 364. Dropping, going down. Yeah, the Bonanza with the mod, the community mod, is the best simulator plane that I've ever flown. Like performance, handling, feel wise. It's freaking awesome. looking outside here. Look at this thing just putting along. So slow. So slow. So slow. And to be fair, I haven't really researched any of the Cirrus stuff. I'm sure there's mods for that plane. I'm very partial to the Bonanza just in general, so I'm a little bit predisposed to like that one, but the Bonanza with the mod is light years better than the Cirrus without the mod. Yeah, it's freaking solid. It's so good. The little Piper, that kid. I know. It's such a it's
November 754.
it's taken me about a year. It has taken me a year of flying 180 horsepower and being ready to go faster. What's up, little Draconis? What's up, little dude? And Draconis, perfect timing, because I was just talking about going faster. I'm just getting to the point where I really just want to go faster. And really it's like I just want to go other places. I want to go further. You know, I've got we got friends in Oakland. We've got friends that just moved to Phoenix. You know, I would love to go to Vegas. So there's like some actual flights that are further that would be much nicer to have 150 knot cruise rather than 112 knots. Like, it makes a huge difference. Having a 2.5 hour flight versus a 3 hour flight, 3.5 hour flight is a big difference. Is a big difference. And you know, Draconis, I had that thought, that Mooney thought. I just don't fit. I don't think I'm gonna fit well enough. But it's a pain in the butt because and 47 Billy 47, welcome. Thank you for following. Happy Tuesday. Yeah. See, and John, that's the thing is, like, in ZLA, I am more than happy to fly around in a 172 or this thing in LA, in the basin, doing my, like 40 to 70 mile flights. 180 horsepower is totally fine. But when you start to stretch it out a little bit more, it's amazing how that 150 is kind of a sweet spot.
Hey there, Bill.
Pipstad, thank you so much for 6 months. Thank you for the support and hanging out so much. Pipstad, I love it, dude. I love it. But the problem, Draconis, that I'm sure you're probably thinking. So Comanche may be similar. I finally got time in one and was a little surprised about how the Viz and height. Comanche wider than Bonanza taller. Yeah. It is very, very tight for me. Like the headliner, there's some breathing room between the headliner and the actual structure. So I think it'd be okay, but it really, I mean, my head would be like touching the top of that Comanche. Bonanza is taller. I don't find that the width of the Bonanza really bothers me at all. The Comanche did seem nice and wide, but yeah, it's just like I want a Bonanza or a Debonair, but I just don't. Yeah, I've squeezed into some tiny ass cars. But with race cars, you're only on the track for a little bit, so being uncomfortable is not that big of a deal. But when you're in an airplane for 2 hours, that's a little bit more of a big deal. I want to be able to move a little bit. But like a Debonair would be great, but I cannot afford to just buy a plane. So it would have to be a partnership. And in order for it to be a partnership, I'd want it to be at John Wayne, and I'd want it to be, you know, like, so there's, it's just like, it's just tough. We've got some plenty of time, Draconis. But there's some new stuff coming up that could.
364 traffic, 11 o'clock, 4 miles, opposite direction, altitude indicates 1,500 feet for type on.
We have that traffic in sight, Cherokee 83364. So there's some stuff coming up that will not necessitate having an airplane, because nobody needs an airplane, but might make having an airplane a proposition that would be very attractive potentially. So I'm holding out a little bit in really thinking about it. Meanwhile, like, if this little 160 Cherokee is as sweet as it looks in the pictures, we're going to be flying the crap out of that locally, which will be fun. But finding a plane that we can, you know, take on a, you know, go up to the bay for a couple of days will have some benefits to it for sure. Yeah. It's just like, it's like building a computer a little bit. Like, you have, like, I felt this way building this computer, where you just have the part creep, where, okay, you've got, like, you know, you pick your, whatever you pick first. I mean, in my case, it was the CPU. So, you know, you pick the CPU, all right, and that's kind of like a fixed, you know, there's not too many options, but once you've picked your CPU, you know, we'll get a 3900X, awesome. What's next? Motherboard, cool. Let's get, you know, what's like a good, I don't want it to be too cheap because I've got, you know, the nice CPU. So, all right, let's get like a X570, tough gaming, nice, awesome, okay. How much RAM do I want? Well, I got, you know, nice CPU, we might as well have some good RAM. You don't, so like at each point you're like, well, if I'm already spending this much money, I better, you know, like, might as well be good. So with John Wayne, it's like, okay, well, we're going to pay $180 for a tie down. You know, you're going to be spending, you know, like $1,000 a month or whatever it is on fixed costs, let's say roughly. Yeah, maybe that might be a little bit high, but, you know, so let's just say like $1,000 a month fixed cost, regardless of what it is, maybe, let's say. So, you know, if you have a plane that has this avionics package for this much more, you can have autopilot and a GPS, which will help. You know, like, you can just see where, okay, if you're going 155 knots in a Debonair, you know, how much more is a Debonair with GPS? Or, you know, if you're flying in a Comanche 260, how much more is it to, you know, have a updated interior, because it will just be nicer. And you just kind of keep going up and up and up until you can't afford it, and then you're back to where you started. Only issue I see with Debs and early model Bonanzas are stupid CG issues, which really becomes limiting for you and Julia. It's fine though. For most of the time it'll be fine. Yeah, there's very few planes that you're just kind of like good to go. Like a Cherokee 235 or whatever, Cherokee 6, that's a pretty much set it and forget it with weight and balance, but you're slower. So there's a trade-off there. Same with like maybe a 210 or a, you know, 206 or something, but then you're up in like incredibly inflated prices. So it's not even worth talking about those, because you're just, you know, for the price of those, you could probably find like a decent, you know, newer Bonanza or, you know, later model Bonanza or something. That's the other thing too, is that the market is so messed up right now that being in a rush is a really bad place to be. 141 over the ground, so we're still kind of... The winds are dying down. We're coming back down to earth. Coalinga, what do we got for winds? 15 knots at the surface at Lemoore.
120.35, 754 Delta Whiskey.
So it's not.
364 Charlie Mike, contact NorCal approach 120.95.
That is
NorCal 120.95.
really annoying. It's a really annoying call sign. I feel like the webcam is having trouble with this right there. It's trying to like figure out that situation.
Some bot for Delta Whiskey, Denver approach intending altimeter 3019er.
Might help a
visual
little
approach,
bit,
runway
yeah.
17 right.
Looking for a place to chat about airplanes? Did we get anybody else to join the Discord? Oh, we got Jordan. Welcome. I think that's you, Tree Turtle, right? Okay. Top of the hour. Fuel pump is on. Switching fuel to the right tank. Fuel pressure looks good. Fuel pump off.
124.62, Alaska 175.
They are fixed geared only. This livery is the plane that we currently fly, that my friend Finbar made, and he made it. He was like, "You want me to have it say Archer too?" I go, "Yeah, make it exactly like the plane." And at one point, it even had paint marks on the tires for a landing competition, and he added those as well, and then made it extra dirty. Like, this is an unbelievably awesome livery. But yeah, so it's an Arrow, but it's just a livery of an Archer.
From citation 4 Charlie Mike, we had no joy with
we elected to keep
approach. That's
on there
because
it's
20.950
good question though, H Factor. Very astute of you. Astute observation. That is some good stuff. Yeah. So who is new here? Is anybody new watching or lurking or? Curious. If you are new, hello. If you're lurking, unlurk. but actually, you know, if you are new here, if this is your first time here, or even if you've stumbled across the stream a couple times, I'm curious what your interests are. I know that might be kind of like a weird thing to say, but are you watching because you're interested in flight simulation, because you saw it on Suggested and it looked kind of interesting? Are you into aviation and came here specifically looking for flight sim streams? Just be curious if how you came across the stream, because it's a cool hobby, and we want to make sure that if you have any questions that you can ask, or just how people are coming into the hobby is interesting to me. So plane creep is real. Start looking at Comanches, end up with a Cirrus. Yeah, you'll start looking at SR20s, like early SR20s, and it's like, well, it's a Cirrus, but yeah, no, come on, man, you don't want to go there. I don't want to say it, but we've been performing pretty well here. Been simming since '82. That's cool. I'm trying to think back on...
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Draconis. Dude, thank you for 10 gifted subs. That is super cool, man. Celador, Ramp Check,
Hey,
OG
bird. Whoa,
Fishmonger,
buddy.
Jikai? I butchered that bad. I apologize. Savage Beast, Booms,
Hey,
Sim
bird.
Caesar,
Whoa,
Screw It,
buddy.
What Now, and Official Alex D.
Hey,
Draconis,
bird.
that's awesome, man.
Buddy.
135.65.
That is awesome. I really appreciate that, dude. Yeah.
Number 4 Delta Whiskey to center maintain.
That's so cool.
7,000.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you to Draconis. Enjoy all of the audio cues below. Celador, thank you for following as well, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, I would love to know what. I mean, it's kind of, it's like if you're watching right now and not chatting, that is, it's kind of inherent to what you're doing right now. But I would love to know why you're watching, which is hard to get that answer because you're watching and not chatting, which is totally fine. I'm not saying that. I'm just like, there's a little bit of a paradox there. This is the real PW. PW, what's up, man? You are here. Got a splash. What is up?
American 1180, Santa Ground, runway 34 right, taxi V Bravo.
Yes, Dice. Yes. That is very nice of Draconis, who's an awesome dude. Just bought a gaming PC and interested in flying sims. Sweet. That's actually how I initially got into flying in general. That's why I got my private pilot's license. Was I built a PC and built a gaming PC and just kind of was like browsing Steam, like for the first time I think really browsing Steam, and just was like, frick, man, I wonder what flight sims look like now, because I used to fly flight simulators as a kid, and just like fell into it. I just got Instagram over the week. Nice. I usually hang out in the Discord, but never had a Twitch account because I'm old. Well, PW.
3364 contact LA Center 135.5. Go ahead, Bill.
35.5 Cherokee 83364. Have a great night. So. Oh yes, got him. Love you, Shane. Oh, cool, Celador. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. Yeah, PW. Twitch is fun, man. It's a whole new world. YouTube is obviously a little bit easier because you can kind of. It's a little bit more ubiquitous. If you're into Twitch, you can kind of. It's a bit of a weird environment if you're new to it, but it's the interaction, the live interaction is great because you get to ask questions. Bought DCS and bought Reverb 2 and can't stop playing. That's cool, man. That's very cool.
Alaska 175, descend by the Disney 4 arrival. Descend via the Disney 4 arrival, Alaska 175.
Los Angeles Center, good evening. Cherokee 83364 9500.
3364 LA Center, good evening, Paso Robles, altimeter 2983.
2983 Cherokee 83364. Hello.
Hi, Bill.
Oh, go away.
That's it's the Continental Treasure. Goldsy was the first PilotEdge controller that I ever had.
Sure, Victor Mike, confirm heading 16.
Looking to upgrade my simulator and get more products. Any suggestions? CMK, what kind of planes do you like? I mean, that's if you don't have this plane, I highly recommend this plane. This is super fun. If you're into GA single engine piston, this thing is great. Dave, awesome. Do you have a flight in mind? Do you know where you're going? Great Panther, long-time lurker, awesome. Not able to really chat as I watch, mostly watch you on Fire Stick, awesome. Love flight simming and enjoy your content. Dude, that's awesome. Great Panther, thank you for saying hello. That's funny with the Fire Stick, that's cool. So I'm like big, like my head is big on your TV. I'll sometimes like throw up a stream on the TV and then just like pull up my phone and have chat on the phone sometimes, which is kind of fun. But cool, man. That's awesome. Great Panther. I love that. Going from Sanford, Orlando to St. Augustine, taking my brother up and stuff. Dude, that's freaking fun, man. That is so fun. It's just a great community. The aviation stuff is so much fun. I can't think of any other let's just call it video games. I can't think of any other video game that brings people together in real life more effectively than flight simulators do. Part of it is because it does draw a certain crowd. Let's just say a more mature crowd, people that, because it can be expensive. Flight simulations can be expensive. So you've got, somebody who can basically afford to do it. You've got somebody that has taken the time enough to learn how to fly. Maybe they are a real pilot. Maybe they wanted to be a real pilot. But it's always like when you've got these little Discord communities or YouTube comment sections or Twitch chats, it's like inevitable where someone's like, hey, I live in Phoenix, hey, me too, hey, we should go meet up at the airport cafe, and like that happens all the time. I can't think of any video game where that would ever happen, where you'd be that quick and eager to say, hey, yeah, let's go meet up, let's go fly in someplace, or whatever. It just does not happen. It's crazy. I'm doing this flight in an A320 and I have a 46 knot tailwind at flight level 270. So it's a ways up there, man. We got a lot of climbing to do to get up there. That's my setup right now, watching on TV and typing on the phone. Awesome. Engine noise must have put the little guy to sleep, though. It's a nice little white noise. I'm surprised my voice didn't keep him up. What about that silly thing that Julia plays? Yeah, I don't think there's too many, like, Fall Guy meetups. I can't imagine that crew would be very inviting. But that also might be a very prejudicial thing to say. So I should not assume such things. I do agree. When I was doing my PPL, there were so many real-world pilots that assisted, i.e. reviewing for my oral exam or just going up with me to give me great pointers. Excellent community. That's awesome. I see people bringing their dogs in airplanes without earmuffs. Isn't that bad for the dog? I would say that's probably bad for the dog. It also depends on what kind of plane it is. Like a 172, if you're in the back of a 172, it's honestly not that bad to have the headset off. It's really not that loud. If you're up front in a Bonanza, that's freaking loud. So that would not be good. But yeah, back of a 172 or even like a little Cherokee, it's not that loud, but it can't be great for them. So we can maybe start thinking about how we're going to transition this Bravo. I am thinking that the coastal route is probably the best. I would love to fly an Arrow one day. I don't know if you had the opportunity to do this yet, Bill. No, I have not had the opportunity to fly an Arrow, and if I'm being honest, I would be totally fine not flying an Arrow. It's basically the exact same plane as the Cherokee, Dave. You know, I mean, you can probably see just from the panel. It's the same plane. It has 20 extra horsepower. It weighs more with the gear, and that's it. There's nothing really that special about this over an Archer. It's not a high performance plane. Yeah. You could do better. You could do better. Me too, Dice. Me too. I hope so. Right on. So this week, tomorrow, I might be going to Phoenix in 3 weeks. I don't know how far that is. It's quite a ways. It's quite a ways, Dave. But let me know. Let me know if you do go out there. It's not completely out of the question, but yeah, just let me know. Dice, yes, I will be getting my instrument rating at some point. I am not in a rush, but I am working slowly towards building the time for it. But yeah, that is the plan for sure. But yeah, so I'll probably be flying to French Valley actually tomorrow with Brad. That's the plan potentially. So I'll be ready to go for that. We'll be checking out this new Cherokee 160. I think it's a 160. So that'll be fun. And then we are scheduled for, hopefully if the weather is not crazy like it was this past weekend, we'll be going to Santa Paula for lunch on Sunday. So as many as 3 flights this week, as few as 1. I hope to get at least one in, and then work things could get goofy and could be a lot more. Retractables seem to be a better deal these days with all of the inflated prices, albeit higher insurance. 182 G210. It's just a weird, yeah, it's weird. I mean, better deal, I think, is kind of part of the, not so much like, I mean, twins are really bad with that, but like the Mercedes AMG situation where you can get it for nothing because the, maintenance is so high. So I would say that probably the insurance being higher, maintenance being a little bit higher is probably more of the reason for that, for the prices to maybe seem like they're a little bit lower. But it's just the market is very weird right now. It's not a good time to be buying a plane. But I don't know. The cool thing about being at John Wayne with a big GA population and a pretty tight community is that if something pops up, if there's some partnership that pops up, then there's a lot of cool planes there. So that's my ideal situation, is to have a partnership with somebody, and you know, split the cost, split the maintenance costs, and have something that is more accessible than just a rental plane, but also you know, not crazy expensive to have.
553, Quebec, contact our 118.35 today.
It is crazy. Yeah, it's the prices are just super high, man. Yeah, splitting the cost is a great way to do it if you can find the right people, and that's the caveat on that one, is finding somebody that you are comfortable with flying your airplane, essentially, and that is not always the case. That can be very, very dangerous. What's up, Nate? Happy Tuesday, dude. I am like pleasantly surprised at how this tailwind has helped us out. This is really nice. Yeah, I know, but Draconis, there's also always John Wayne, and you know that John Wayne is way cooler than French Valley. Yeah, I mean, it's part of it is being able to afford a plane, or being able to afford a plane and do anything else. Like, that's kind of the, like, I could buy a plane. I could absolutely buy a plane, afford to run it and everything, but I couldn't do anything else, which is not fun. But yeah, it definitely, you're right on that, PW. It's easier to find the people after the fact than it is to get together a group of people and decide on a plane. Alright, so we're almost abeam Bakersfield. So Bakersfield is just right here off 10, 11 o'clock. Maybe a little bit further down. And then we've got the Grapevine dead ahead right there. And we got Paso rolls right up there, and the 46 is probably somewhere below us here. It's part of our road trip a couple weeks ago. French Valley has the James Bond jet mounted. Yeah, it does. It does. It also has a bunch of nuts in the pattern.
553, Quebec. Joshua, approach, flight published miss. Stay intentions.
See, just the 10 extra knots that we would have right now
Roger, expect further clearance 0245, time now 0225 and 3/4. And if you needed additional time, just advise.
But we're making good time though. This isn't so bad. This is some chill cruise action. Speaking of buying planes, chatting with Brad right now offline. That's kind of the benefit also of cruise, is I can kind of monitor various communications. What's up, Earl Whiskers? Happy Tuesday. My fake name is Earl, and I'm a lurker. That's awesome. That is awesome. I enjoy learning new things from your stream and the scenery. I'm usually on my own flight while watching yours. Currently going to Bravo Charlie Echo and the Mooney. I am so bad with airport identifiers. I have no idea where that is. But that is awesome, Earl, and I really appreciate that. I enjoy this so much, and the fact that anybody is watching at all still kind of blows my mind. But thank you for saying hello, for sure. And I don't want to, like, it was really just thinking, you know, okay, so you have, I mean, just looking at numbers, like I'm seeing that we have 46 viewers, and you know, how many people in the chat right now, like a dozen maybe. So there's like 30 plus people that are just watching, which is freaking awesome. Like, I'm not saying that is bad, but I'm just, I would love to know, you know, just for feedback's sake, what's brought you here, because, you know,
Quebec, Roger.
could be any number of things, but I am definitely glad that you're here watching, and I hope it's entertaining and educational in any way. But yeah, Nostalgic Phoenix, welcome. Thank you for following. Don't mind me, I'm recovering from vaccine dose the second. How you feeling? Any side effects? Dave, I belong to a flight club for now until the day it makes sense to buy an airplane. We have 13 planes to choose from, 172 and 82. Archer, my wife and I do travel a lot from Florida to Carolinas to Georgia, but I'm just taking my time. That's awesome, man. Fatigued. Bummer. Yeah, that seems to be pretty common side effect there. Dukem, what's up? I just turned your stream on, but I'm about to turn it off. Going to bed. All right, your mom. Well, for your feedback, awesome. Well, thank you. I'm glad you said hello. That's funny. Good. That's cool. It definitely does beat catching the real thing, for sure. It does. I'm on to appreciate the graphics of a half-decent rig. Well, cool. I'm glad.
135.4.
Glad she's looking good. It's a pretty beast. She's running well right now. But yeah, that 11-year-old i7. That's some. It's got some games behind it, I'm sure.
Socal approach Ontario altimeter 2983.
Frackles DAC. That sounds like a dirty word. Well, welcome. Thank you for following, and happy Tuesday. So let's recap so far. Busted the Bravo in San Francisco, so that happened. Forgot to turn the VLOC to GPS to capture our little friendly magenta line. Had a weird direct to little glitch thing. Okay, it is bottom of the hour. That means that we're going to turn on the fuel pump and switch to left tank. Confirm we have fuel pressure. Looks good. Fuel pump off. Still confirm we have pressure. There we go. This fuel tank change was brought to you by Squarespace. It's not. It is not. It is not brought to you by Squarespace.
Maintain 6,000.
Still plays anything released around 2010 like a dream. You know, there's some good games from back then, you know? I live in San Diego, big flight sim fan from years ago, and got into it again recently. Your stream is the best. That's erroneous. First found you on YouTube. I do like that. Love your realism and GA focus. Watching 747s crossing the Atlantic. Not as cool as I don't think I'll be buying one soon. That's really funny. I agree. I like, even if I did not have my license, if I could not fly in real life, it still would make, it would still be more fun for me to watch continually planes that I could theoretically jump in. And like, you know, just single engine pistons, you know, like it is conceivable that you could ride up front and get to control a general aviation plane versus an airliner. So I just kind of like that aspect of it. So I enjoy that, and I'm glad that those of you that enjoy that as well
Sub-0 Tango X-ray,
have
turn right
found
heading
the stream.
300.
And this is the 46. Okay, so this town right here. Let's see if this is right.
9028 Echo Foxtrot, VFR traffic, 2 o'clock, 3 miles
Pretty sure
southbound,
this is where all the
altitude
oil
5,500,
fields are.
type unknown, climb via the Vero 2 departure.
Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think actually that's the road that I was thinking it is. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Forget I said anything. So nice to watch GA streams and not tubes.
Go ahead.
Looking at water. Well, you know, there's a cool factor to the tube liner stuff. There's a system-y button pressing. Look at all the button presses that I memorized. There is a cool factor to that. I agree, but I find it just disconnected from reality so far that it's not as enjoyable to me as a flight that, like, theoretically all it costs is money to do this flight. Like, I can do this flight and it just costs money. It's $900 for Julia and I to rent the plane and fly to Oakland and back. It's about $900. I can do it right now. I could go rent the plane, go down there. Like, the plane is available. I can go fly and do this flight right now. To me, being able to recreate that and experience it in the simulator and have it look like this. And by the way, with the radios too, radios and with ForeFlight, like, it's exactly the same. All of this is exactly the same as it would be in real life. And to me, that's super cool, rather than, you know, kind of doing a role play of something that I will never do. I will never fly a 737 into Vegas. Never gonna happen. By design. Like, I maybe could get there if I wanted to, but I don't. I have no interest in doing that. But I think it's super cool to be able to do this, knowing that I will do this one day, and maybe we're planning on doing it in a couple of months. But like, I could do this, and that's cool to be able to recreate that and see it. So, well, with your rental planes, do you care as much about their panel as you have ForeFlight now, or not a big deal? It's really not a big deal. Like, I don't really need an in-panel GPS. It's nice, it's cool as a backup, but honestly, 18.8 Cherokee 83364.
Alaska 1945 for left direct clipper. Resume the Orca 5 departure.
I mean, I enjoy the mainly GA flying as it's more dynamic and interesting. Agreed, boring. Yeah. Like, I like landing a bunch too. So this is the most cruisy that I ever do. Boom. Yeah, and that, like, just like this. Like, this is cruising, just chatting. I am way more like bouncing around to airports and stuff, typically, which I enjoy doing more because I like landing, I like taking off, and to only do it once in a flight is kind of boring. Oh, that was cool how you shared ForeFlight. That would be cool to well, yeah, I can do that. It just takes up a lot of real estate on the screen.
Alaska 1945, turn left heading 010 when able to direct to...
Yeah, this is the JustFlight
resume the Orca
arrow, yeah.
010, Danny, when able to direct for Alaska 1945.
Bakersfield approach, Cherokee 83364, 9500. Like, what airplane am I?
Cherokee 83364, Bakersfield approach, Bakersfield altimeter 2970.
70 Cherokee 364, thanks. Jeez. We might be getting some weather here. It's fun. I mean, John, it is fun. Like and it's airplanes, so there's no right answer. Honestly, like it's all fun. It's cool to, you know, A320, and you know, it's satisfying to flip all those buttons and do it. It's just not my preference. I like doing this. You know, the airports are interesting to me as well. Where did you get the GPS My Panel? My version does not have that. So if you go to this little switch here and it pulls up the EFB, you can switch the panel right here.
Alaska 175, Alaska 175, at lemon, contact tower 126.8,
And
good night. At lemon, contact tower
yeah,
126.8,
so
good night.
that's right.
Alaska 1945, contact Los Angeles Center 125.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's super cool.
2527, Alaska 1945.
Yeah, it's on the upper right hand side. It says like I/com right there.
34-9er,
I just realized that you can't see my mouse, so it's that switch that's going up and down. Yeah. Have you heard of Bomb, a new AHARS backup that is out? I have not heard of that. No.
Alaska 190, correction, Alaska 1945, LA Center. Good evening. Climb via the Worker 5.
Yeah. Okay.
There's 230 Tiger X-ray.
So we've got about 1,500 feet of clearance over these mountains. And then we're going to have to plan our little Bravo clearance action. So we could climb 1,500 feet. Or not 1,500 feet. We can we can climb 2,000 feet and go over the Bravo. Or we can do...
Airway 3364, VFR traffic, 12 o'clock. 10 miles, opposite direction, opposite case 9,800. Type unknown appears to be descending.
We have that traffic in sight. We'll watch for him, Cherokee 83364.
Alaska 1945, contact LA Center 133.2.
So if he's descending, we're good. Are you going to train for multi-engine or any other advanced license that seems modern singles are as powerful as today? I will... The plan is that I will be commercial multi rated. Ultimately. I should have my complex high performance right now. I should, it just needs to be written out. So that one's like just not official, but should have that. IFR is next, single commercial, and then commercial multi is the plan. And then after commercial multi, then I will I could not even begin to anticipate what the type rating will be, but there will likely be some sort of type rating potentially after the commercial multi. It could be absolutely anything. I'm gonna switch over to Bug. Go through the grapevine here. Going through the grapevine. Alright. So that is cool. Can I parachute out of Ayers Ranch? Absolutely. Absolutely, Nuke. So this is kind of like these conversations that we're having is pretty much what happens in the Discord all day long. So if you are lurking, watching the stream, but want to be involved in similar conversations, this is basically what the Discord is like. And we have categories. We have real world categories, places where you can post pictures. We've got sim categories with the various different types of sim. P3D. Actually, we don't have P3D. X-Plane, Microsoft, DCS in general, and just kind of different categories of whatever. We've got like a classroom section if you have a really nerdy aviation question to ask. We've got just a general, which is fun to hang out. But if you've not tried Discord, I was really apprehensive to try it. It's been so much fun. I didn't realize how much I missed having a community like that. It's like a big chat room. There's a lot of food conversations. How often do you check out that glide ring on ForeFlight to see what to do if the power goes out? The glide ring, honestly, not that much, because I'm constantly surveying the area right now. Like right now we're at 9,500 feet. We're at... I think we
with the numbers, like to request ILS Zulu stable.
Number 230 Tango's ready.
Yeah, so we're basically at 9,000. We have 9,000 feet of gliding right now. So that's 13 miles of range, basically. Van Acoustics, welcome. Thank you for following. So I know right now that this is all fields. Like those aren't great places to land, but it's better than mountains, obviously. And there's a lot of, there's the river, there's the freeway. So if my engine goes out, I know that I'm roughly following the 5 freeway all the way down. We followed the 101 a little bit, and then the 5. I'm just gonna go land on the freeway. We've got plenty of energy to hit one of those freeways. So it depends on when or where I'm flying, if that makes sense. Each factor. So like that's a nice visual representation, of what my options might be to glide. But I don't really use it a whole lot, honestly. We can see here that we've got a couple of private airfields that are within that glide ring. If my engine is out, I'm not going to bother gliding to that airport. It might be like a quick, if we're having engine problems, to turn direct to one of those and know that, okay, I'm gonna head to that airport and I'm gonna land there, and knowing that, okay, if the engine does fail while I'm going there, I will at least be able to make that or get close to that airport. The portion or the situation that it would really make a difference would be wet footprint. So if I'm going offshore and I want to know if I have an engine out, if I can make the shore, that's when I use the glide ring primarily. It's usually not for emergency landing situations over land. I usually use it offshore. Like if we're going to Catalina, if we're going along the coast and need to divert for traffic or get vectored for traffic or something like that, I want that ring to always touch earth, ground, dry ground. So that's a very, very useful tool in that situation. Other than that, it's not really any better than just like, there's the freeway. I'm gonna follow the freeway. And you know, I mean, we should always be looking for the next spot to land. So it's not out of my mind where I use that as like a cheat, like a quick glance thing. If that makes any sense. I am terrible at French. How do you pronounce that?
00 Tango X-ray, appears your flood signal punch, turn right heading 110 to intercept.
How do you pronounce the cooking method where you put something in a bag and boil it in water?
Runway 3364 for contact, so Christ and contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
Was that 125.20 Cherokee A3364?
Cherokee 364 125.27.
2527 Cherokee 364. Sous vide. Alright. Now I don't feel like an idiot trying to skirt around not pronouncing it. You couldn't tell already. How far are single engine GA aircraft allowed to be offshore? 100 miles or more? Is there a set rule or is it pilot comfort? Well, 100 miles offshore will take you into international waters or out of the U.S. airspace, which is a whole different thing. But yeah, there's not really. There is and there isn't. I don't want a wet footprint. You need a life preserver if you're going to be flying over water. That's kind of really the only rule, is just like your equipment on board. But yeah, it's not really like a. Yeah, just everyone's got their tolerances. Mine are very low.
Tower 118.7.
SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364, 9500.
Cherokee 3364, Los Angeles Center, Palmdale, altimeter 2979er.
2979er, Cherokee 364. Got some crazy altimeter fluctuations. Sweet. So, let's take a look at our options for getting around LAX. John Mac TV, welcome. Thank you for following. Going to documents. Oh yeah, these are my imported ones. Okay. Let's go to... Yeah, here we go. LA Tech. I kind of moved that around. Alright, so we're not gonna do... Well, we can do special flight rules, I guess, if we want. But let's stay under positive control. So we're going to do the coastal route, which is 5,500, and then we're going to get in. Nav 1 is the LAX VOR 13.6, so we'll get that dialed in there. And our first radial is a 323 outbound, so we're going to get the reciprocal of that guy, which is all the way around here. We don't have much interesting offshore destinations in SoCal, but I was curious about the guys in Florida hopping to the Bahamas. My parents used to fly to the Bahamas all the time in their plane when they lived in the Bahamas. And yeah, you just got to carry a life preserver on board. Bro Pilots, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. That is super nice of you. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, there's like, I mean, Catalina's probably the only real offshore destination. The Channel Islands has some cool stuff, but there's nowhere to land necessarily, so yeah. But yeah, my parents used to go out to Bimini from Opelika, and you're getting wet. At least that, I mean, it's shark infested, but at least it's warm. So, for whatever that's worth. Okay, so we got to go down to 5,500 feet, and there's the valley. Socal approach, Cherokee 83364. We'd like to request transitioning the LAX Bravo via the coastal route southbound.
Cherokee 83364, roger, all forward that request. Alaska 1945, send via the Rounders 1 arrival, Las Vegas altimeter 2965.
Hello, hi, Mr. Winters 21. There can't be 20 other Mr. Winters, can there? Thank you very much for following. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. You are joining us in the second version, or the descent part of the flight almost. Bro Pilots, dude, that is very, very nice of you. Thank you for there are 50 of us. You got in there early. That's good. Bro Pilot, cheers, man. That is very cool. One Chico, Vancoustics, Nuke, SimEdge, Real Railio. Thank you to Bro Pilots for the gifted subs. That's super cool, man. You can enjoy the plethora of audio cues below to make the home stretch here a little bit spicier. So what we're going to do here is take what is called the coastal route. If you're unfamiliar with the VFR transitions over through LAX, we have to be at 5,500 feet and on the outbound radial, 323 outbound radial for the LAX VOR, and then just a slight little dogleg left here, which will take us out of the Bravo. And it's very, very simple. It's very quiet generally, and you know, it is positive control, and it is you got to be, you know, on your altitude and on the radial in order for it to work. But so it's a little bit more of a it can turn off VFR pilots if you're just VFR pilots. An anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Poopy Bum Farts.
LA Center, good evening, Alaska 1945. 6.6 descending via run 1 to arrival.
Awesome.
Alaska 1945, LA Center, good evening.
I don't call you names.
Cherokee 3364, contact SoCal approach 134.2, see ya.
34.2, Cherokee 83364, we'll see ya. Socal approach, Cherokee 83364, 9,200, 9,500, not 200. What was I?
3364, Socal approach, Burbank altimeter 2983, understand you're looking for the coastal route.
Alright, 2983, affirmative on coastal route southbound, Cherokee 83364.
Cherokee 364, roger.
Sweet.
Number 928 Echo Fox.
It's a beautiful San Fernando Valley.
4.65.
What a name. What's up? What's up, this URL? What a name indeed. So we are on with 34.2. That's great. And then 27.2 is probably going to be next.
Number 928 Echo Foxtrot, LA Center, Daggett altimeter 2970. Cross WIGAT, maintain 1010,000.
We actually have the LAX radio. Is that alive? Yep, we do have it. We are picking up the LAX VOR. So we're almost on the radio already. We're pretty much set up for the coastal route. So I think that should be good right there. I'm going to take away ForeFlight for now. Let me know if you, for whatever reason, want to see it back. I can put it back pretty easily. But I feel like it's taken up some real estate.
Cirrus, correction, Sops 8 Echo Foxtrot. That traffic was just going under those, as they call it, should be a factor.
Let's see, attack chart. There is our makeshift little coastal route right there. No sweat. I wish I took ground school when I was in college. Any good online ones you guys can recommend? There's a bunch, man. Like, Sporty's is good.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
What's up, Flying Monkey? Sporty's is good. King is a little bit dry, but I enjoyed the stuff that they put out. M0A is pretty decent. Jason Miller has got a ground school now too, I think. Yeah, that's a tough one because it's no one really samples all of them. You know what I mean? Like it's like once you've picked one, you just do that one. So it either was good or it wasn't good. You might do two, or someone might do, you know, Sporties for private and King for IFR or something like that. But it's kind of for just like going through private. I feel like you pick one and you know, so not really experts on all the different ones. Did that make any sense? Or is it just getting that late in the evening that the rambling has begun? This one.
Hello. Anyway, 0 and 2.
That was a good one. Should have mic'd up my back for that. I am baked as hell. Ramble away. Love it. Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. Yeah.
Take care.
Hi, Mohaka. Welcome. Thank you for following. So I just like we've been in the air for 2 hours. Been flying for 2 hours. What this does is put a bunch of pressure on this one landing, and I don't like that. It's the best thing about doing the touch and go round robins in Socal is you got a lot of guess where we're headed, Flying Monkey. Guess where we're going. We're ready to go, man. PHAC is the best ground school. I did not use a ground school. Yeah, we're coming in hot, Flying Monkey.
Cleared for the option.
Yes, dude. So, okay, this is, you guys will love this. I'm going to call you out, Flying Monkey. Flying Monkey is a real-world air traffic controller at John Wayne, and he has made the audio cue twice, actually, and I think this is it.
Oh, it's you guys again.
That's us terrorizing him, and then you already heard his. This was somebody who was in the pattern.
Cleared for the option.
I love that one so much. Cleared for the option. And not to give up his services without asking, but another thing about the Discord is not only is it pilots and sim pilots, but it's air traffic controllers and, you know, both from the PilotEdge, from the sim side and the real world side, which is super, super cool. And it really has added like some really good information for pilots that are, you know, just starting out, even like longtime pilots, just having access to real controllers and multiple. We got multiple controllers in different parts of the country even, and it's very interesting and I think really, really helpful to have somebody like that to ask questions. What a freak. And then some dude that's talking about boiling meats. H factor, why is that not working? Did you type right, you guys? It might be on a cooldown. That one may have gotten like a longer cooldown accidentally. So give it a second and give me a you guys. I'm gonna check what the cooldown is. 3 minutes. That's why. It's a 3-minute cooldown. Okay. That should do it. You can try it now. H factor. Exclamation point, you guys. Socal approach, Cherokee 83364. We're going to start our descent to 5,500 now.
83364, roger. Let me know when you're established on the Los Angeles 323 at 5,500 and are being outside of Class Bravo airspace until that.
Alright, we'll stay out of the Bravo and we'll let you know when we're established on the radial at 5,500, Cherokee 83364. Pull the power back, little nose down trim. About 15 miles from the Bravo. Dude, H factor, what are you doing?
Oh, it's you guys again.
That is so weird. I don't have a cooldown on mine, but weird. Okay, cooldown is at 0. Try it again. Hit me one more time. Yeah. Flying Monkey, he's worked at John Wayne, LAX, Santa Barbara, Tower, and Tracon. It's so awesome to be able to have that experience.
God damn it! Catch twice! I want some fun!
Oh my god, that one's ridiculous. Okay, we're descending a little bit too fast there.
Oh, it's you guys again.
There we go. Alright. I knew it would work eventually. That is the unmistakable laugh of Q. Dude, I was thinking about that the other day. I have been dying for Top Gun 2. God dang it, it's so mean that we were cheated out of that. So mean. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
San Luis Round, Skyhawk 739er Golf Sierra request taxi from
Sheet, what's happening?
to the southwest with Zulu.
739 Golf Sierra 29er taxi via Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha to runway 29er 739er Golf Sierra.
Airline pilot simming. Happy Tuesday. Oh, still go down. Oh, and with just an awesome frickin' raid. Dude, that's so cool, man. Thank you so much for the raid.
Hello. Hi.
What is up, everybody? You got here for the interesting. Well, I guess you will be the judge of that, but
Hello. Hi.
what I would say is the interesting portion. Dude, don't put any added pressure. We've been cruising for 2 hours in this cute little Cherokee. At top of the hour, we have a fuel tank change. We are going fuel pump on and right tank, and fuel pressure looks good, and fuel pump off. Okay, so we. Right? No, wrong way. Wrong transition. I was visually doing the special flight rules radial and not paying attention to. Dude, that's the worst. What's up, Hawks? That is the worst part about doing these like long cruise flights, is I got one chance to land this plane. There's no touch and goes. Like I'm gonna definitely clear myself for the option, because there's no shame in going around. Dude, it's been so long since
left on departure approved, runway 29er clear for takeoff.
Nuke, there is a cooldown. So you it's like, I think a minute, like a user cooldown is about a minute. Yeah. I'm making myself sick with this autopilot. It's heading mode. Catch the heading, dude. Stop overshooting the heading. I'm just gonna leave it be here. What's up, Ryan?
Anderson Tower 35.
I'm doing great, Hawks. How are you, man?
Holding short of run 7 right.
The update's been good. I think it's been awesome.
35 Golf, Mike, Anderson Tower, runway 17 right,
Yeah.
cleared for takeoff.
I know, it is pretty fun. That's why they exist, man, because they're fun.
Takeoff and right-handed turn approved. 35 Golf, Mike.
There's some gems in there, too. Most of my favorites are the ones that don't get used. Of course.
If you guys do like these videos, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Also subscribe to the channel.
That's right. This radial interception is brought to you, unbeknownst to him, by Stevo1 Knievo. Dude, what is going on with this? Radio. I don't think this is capturing correctly. That's maybe part of why this is. Yeah, it's not, the needle's not capturing. That's why. Okay.
It's a white legend. Hey, you're my buddy, white legend.
Okay.
Because I'm a white legend.
We have to go visual. Socal approach, Cherokee 83364. We're on the 323 LAX radial 5500.
Cherokee 364, clear to Los Angeles cross Bravo airspace via the coastal route, maintain VFR at 5,500 until advised.
Clear into the LAX Bravo via the coastal route southbound. We'll maintain 5,500 Cherokee 83364. So that...
You've done this before.
I am not.
492 Echo Foxtrot, contact Las Vegas approach 125.9.
One button.
Las Vegas approach, November 928 Echo Foxtrot.
One freaking button. It got me twice because I never use it. I suck.
Approach the Vegas altimeter 2965, Victor's current. Expect the visual approach from my 19 right.
I have Victor 65 and expect a visual to, what was that runway again for 8 Echo Foxtrot?
We're back. We're good now. Now that I figured out the one button that I did not press correctly. Part of the reason why flight simulation is so much fun, because it is very real life. So if I jumped into this plane with very little preparation, like I did in this flight, not really screwing with 530, 430 units that often, you can very easily go from GPS to VLOC. And if you're in GPS mode, guess what your OBS is going to do? Not work off of the radial. So, yeah. I know, PW.
Cherokee 3364, contact Socal approach 134.9er.
34.9er Cherokee 83364. I will easily embarrass myself in front of far fewer people. I am. There's 8 people in here. I will thoroughly embarrass myself.
Destination ATIS is 126.0.
Here's a good one.
Somebody thought it was a good idea to let me fly this thing.
Socal approach, Cherokee 83364, 5,500.
Cherokee 3364, Socal approach, LA altimeter 2987.
2987, Cherokee 364.
But this plane has 4 engines. It's an entirely different kind of flying altogether. It's an entirely different kind of flying.
Have information.
Present heading, descend and maintain 7,008 Echo Foxtrot.
John Wayne Airport, 8 is information Echo.
Echo. That's all we need is Echo. Does PilotEdge offer training for new pilots that want to fly in the sim but haven't had real-world experience? Yes, they do. They have a fantastic training, I don't know, what do you call it, training program. It's called the CAT ratings, and it's absolutely excellent, super fun. It's fun even if you are a pilot, but if you're starting from scratch, it is an excellent introduction to airspace and the associated radio communication. Highly recommend it, but also, and not to, like, this is a very self-serving thing to say, but watching somebody fly on PilotEdge, that's what I did when I first started. Is I watched a lot of streams. Whoever was streaming on PilotEdge, I would watch and ask questions in the chat. To see things happen in real time, for me, was an easier way to learn than like watching a video on what to say when leaving a Delta, because usually those tutorial videos online, whether it's a real world or sim thing, are usually edited down. And I wanted to, like, okay, well, how long between these radio calls? Like, when am I going to, because that's as much a part of radio communication as what to say, but it's when it's being said. And when you have that in context, in like real-time context, it makes learning what to say, to me, easier than simply just seeing it in a script or somebody firing it out in a quickly edited video. So please follow and come back on Thursday. We actually probably won't be on PilotEdge on Thursday, but keep watching. Also, PilotEdge has a great Discord, which you can ask questions, and another self-serving option is my Discord community, which is, you know, we were just talking about Flying Monkey is a real-world air traffic controller at John Wayne in real life, for real. So who better to ask a question than a real-world controller? We also happen to have the majority of the PilotEdge controllers in the server, CFIs. So there's really no between those three things, the cat ratings, you know, following along on flights on Twitch live, and asking questions in Discord. It's everything that you can, you know, every resource that you can need. So, what's up, Dilly? We're almost ready to make our turn. I can't believe I forgot the $500 button again, twice. You are running into the cooldown, Nuke. Oh, that one doesn't have any. That one shouldn't have any.
Stop it now.
Don't. Scared me for a second there, Microsoft. Dilly, I'm doing great.
Fox, left heading 350 to maintain 6,000.
Left to 350 to maintain 6,000, 8 Echo Fox.
Oh, you misspelled? Okay, got it. Yeah, the free workshops are awesome. Workshops, the cat ratings. Dude, this heading bug loves to hunt around. It's both, actually. And I have them, like, I set them each time I add an audio cue, and you can see how many there have been, and that, like, I add them, you know, a little bit. I try to make them either 1 or 2 minutes. Typically is the cooldown. So you should be fine, like, every minute, basically. Which I feel like is plenty, right? Maybe. We have information echo as well. We're going to be passed off probably to 28.1. This is okay. So we have just been in unfamiliar territory. We've left from very unfamiliar territory. We're now in very familiar territory. This is my home airspace right here. So we're going to take it off of autopilot. Hopefully make sure it's trimmed and get ready for the smoothest landing ever.
Correction, 9 o'clock, 10 miles per
It's going to be such a great landing.
Field in sight, November 8 Echo Foxtrot.
Echo Foxtrot to visual approach, runway 19 on right, turn your base to be in the stratosphere, contact Las Vegas Tower, 118.75.
Clear for the visual, runway 9 right, and turn base to be in the stratosphere, 8 Echo Foxtrot, and over to tower, 8 Echo Foxtrot.
Alaska 1945, exiting Alpha 6.
Alaska 1945, taxi to the terminal via Alpha 6.
It's trimmed down nicely. We're holding that altitude.
And Charlie or Golf, your choice. Cross runway 26 right at Alpha 6 on the other side. Monitor ground 121.7.
Alpha 6, we'll do Charlie to the terminal. Cross 26 right at Alpha 6. And then on the other side, contact ground, monitor ground Alaska 1945.
We are very close. Because I am starving and so thirsty.
November 928 Echo Foxtrot visual.
The pressure is mounting.
Turning base
I need a bio break. I am starving.
Vegas Tower, runway 19 right.
We've been up in the air for 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's a good haul, man. And that is like almost an hour slower than it would have been in a Bonanza. Yeah, no kidding.
Santa Maria Tower, Skyhawk 739er Golf Sierra is 10 miles to the northeast.
They look pretty good, man. Yep. All 2 out of the 3 of those are my old offices. Lord Mischief, welcome. What's up, dude?
East. Verify northeast of the. Number 83364, contact Socal approach 128.1.
28.1 Cherokee 83364. Socal approach Cherokee 83364, 5500. We have information Echo at John Wayne.
Cherokee 83364. Socal approach, John Wayne 778. Thank you for Echo. And about another 2 miles to be out of the Bravo, I'll let you know.
Roger that, Cherokee 83364. Yeah, no, I worked for the Angels, so that was my office. Bathroom equals short approach. Dump flaps. First exit. Don't even tie down.
329.
Yeah, no, dude, you're not tying down. You just set the brake and then you come back and tie down later.
The Las Vegas altimeter 2965.
Yeah, you don't want to screw around with tying it down. A Plato 11, welcome. All right, we are almost out of the Bravo. Right about now, proceed to Signal Peak. Not Signal Peak. Huntington Beach Pier. Proceed to the pier. Yep. Yep, we know Mike. That's awesome looking.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. That is so great looking right there. God, that's awesome. Lopan 99. Happy Tuesday.
Rate 3364 in the Class Bravo airspace. Seek resume navigation, maintain appropriate vehicle altitude. Proceed direct to Huntington Beach Pier for me.
All right, direct to Huntington Beach Pier, Cherokee 83364. Yeah, it's a great view. Home sweet home, dude. It just feels like even in the sim, it feels so good. God, it feels so good to just be back here. Like I never left. I'm just at my house, but it feels like coming back into this airspace, just like, oh my God. We're back. Do you think they can find a way to implement VATSIM into the Series X version? Dude, I have no idea. I don't know. I am staying a million miles away from console versions of this for sure. I stopped working for them a while ago.
Sierra is 5.5 miles to the northeast, inbound for landing with.
Okay, well, I thought we were going to have a little bit of marine layer issues, but luckily we do not. Except there's no practice area traffic trying to kill you. No doubt, dude. This place would be just teeming.
Midfield down, 739er Golf Sierra.
If you're northeast of the field, I don't have you in sight. Please verify your direction from the field.
Oh, come on. Come on, load in.
To the northwest, 3.5 miles to the northwest.
Reception at Golf Sierra, thank you. I got you in sight now.
We're looking good. Oh, we're looking good.
Sorry, I'm having trouble
so
talking as fast as you guys.
Yeah, I went to like a ton. Yeah. Yeah, like during day games too, go have lunch, watch the games. Pretty fun. All right, staying clear of these clouds. Let's get the nose coming down a little bit. We got the pier in sight. Let's get 26.8 loaded up. 26.8. Now the move here, Daconis, in this situation where we're parked, is short approach, long landing, and then we just get off right at our exit. Yeah, I've got a 3070. Yeah, this thing's an absolute monster. And especially in Socal, like it's just all 3D objects here. It's insanely difficult.
Golf Sierra is on the 45 to right to down 30. 739 Golf Sierra.
739 Golf Sierra, runway 30, clear to land.
Yeah, I was at Jared Weaver's node at home, which was pretty fun. I had a 1060. I had a 1060 before, yeah. And it was alright.
Go ahead.
Trim down. Keep the power up. We're gonna just nestle up against VNE here.
There on 35 Golf Mike.
Okay, airport is in sight. No, definitely not mouse and keyboard. No.
7313.
Got a yoke, throttle quadrant, rudders.
Foxtrot text parking to be Foxtrot Whiskey and Hotel. Monitor ground has passed for the I-5.
Parking via Foxtrot Whiskey Hotel, monitor ground. Thank you very much. 8 Echo Foxtrot.
There's the speed we're looking for right there. Now we're at 155 over the ground. Nosed down. Bottom of the hour. We have this fuel tank switch brought to you by
35 Golf Mike.
Vessi Shoes. It's actually not. Fuel pressure is good. Fuel pressure is good.
Daggett altimeter 2971. Maintain VFR.
The pressure is really mounting now. Thank you, Nightbot.
Aero 83364, contact John Wayne Tower 126.8.
26.8 Cherokee 83364.
Hello.
Hi. Wheezy to Penguin, what's happening? John Wayne Tower, Cherokee 83364, descending through 3000, Huntington Beach Pier, information echo, full stop.
Cherokee 83364, John Wayne Tower, proceed direct the field, overfly the field, and then a left down, runway 20 left.
Any altitude on the overfly for Cherokee 83364?
I don't know, Bill, you tell me, what are they in real life?
1,300 over the tower.
That sounds fantastic.
Alright, we will cross over the tower at or above 1,300, enter left downwind for runway 20 left, Cherokee 83364.
I gave you a reason. I have no traffic, so it's your discretion, but yeah, well, at or above 1,300 over the tower is perfect.
Sounds good, Cherokee 364.
Okay,
Hello.
Roger, descend via the cocktail on arrival runway 19.
Come on with the load in.
Left transition, left side's available if you'd like.
This is PilotEdge. Yeah. What's up, DJ? Yeah, so John Wayne in real life, you've got so much traffic coming in that a lot of the GA planes coming in from the northwest, are going to get this instruction, which is cross over the control tower at or above, 1,300, and then enter a left downwind. And because you're 500 feet higher than the typical pattern on that side, you pretty much have to like get on the flaps immediately. Sound Pipstat, absolutely, man. We are taking sponsorship for top and bottom of the hour fuel tank switches. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I remember that all too well. So this is, again, we're 500 feet above. Now, the arrow, Piper arrow, its party piece is that it can fall out of the sky immediately. So getting this thing slowed down and dropped in altitude is not a problem at all. We could be pretty aggressive. But something like a 172, you know, you do have to get it slowed down and use, you know, use more of the downwind if you need to get down, get your altitude down. So we're at or above 1,300, and there's the control tower. So we're going to be at or above 1,300 right there. Yeah, Aiden Hart too. That was a sad one. Oh wow, that's crazy. And German Terror Cherokee A3364. I just want to confirm the landing clearance for 20 left.
Right, 2364, 20 left, clear to land.
Clear to land 20 left, Cherokee A3364. Alright, let's do it. Let's pop that prop, hit that gear, get that mixture going. So we've got gears coming down. We got 1, 2, 3 green, no reds. Undercarriage is down and secure. We got fuels on the fullest tank, which we just did. We got mixture is full rich. We got prop is full forward, which in a Bonanza you don't need, but in an Aero you do, because we won't have that much power to get up. And then let's get the first notch of flaps coming in here. This is a little bit wide for me, but should be okay.
Caution,
H factor.
TFR ahead.
Don't jinx it, man.
Okay. 500.
329, Contact approach, 125.9er.
Okay, this is feeling good. 80. That's good. Keep trimming. Keep the power in. Oh man, that looks so real. That looks so great. Little lost the center line there a little bit.
Skyhawk 7300 Golf Sierra, request taxi for departure to the northeast.
Okay, center line be damned.
We're 7300 Golf Sierra, runway ground, runway 30, taxi via Alpha.
I will take that, even with that little weirdo crosswind.
Runway 30, taxi via Alpha, 7300 Golf Sierra.
All right, that was not pretty, but we made Juliet. Dude, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with making Juliet. Flaps coming up.
Hey, bird.
John Wayne Tower, Cherokee 83364, clear 20 left at Juliet.
Approaching runway 02 left. 20.
Cherokee 83364, cross 20 right at Juliet. Tax park me at Juliet and Bravo, monitor ground. See you, Bill.
Crossing 20 right at Juliet. Juliet to Bravo to parking, monitor ground. Cherokee 83364, have a great night. That was awesome.
Entered runway 02 left.
Love it. Okay, and we're of course checking for traffic.
Las Vegas approach, United 329.
We trust them, but you know.
16,000.
That wasn't the most elegant, smoothest thing ever,
329, lost approach, the Vegas
but that was
65 Whiskey's current and verified.
I'll take that. That was fun. That was a good one, I think.
We had a cocktail 1. We have whiskey.
I mean, just like exactly. That's exactly how it feels coming back into John Wayne. That's what you get every time. We've got a long trip. You come back into LAX. You got everything starts to get more familiar. Come into John Wayne. We're crossing over the tower. Look at the lighting looks so good.
United 329.
DJ, you're on the cooldown, but taxi is a good one. All right, Draconis. Thanks so much for hanging out on this flight, man. I'm glad I was able to help get the little guy to sleep. And thanks for the gifted subs, of course. Awesome. Yeah, H Factor. It's that was fun. And Billy, thank you as well, man. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you to everybody that joined.
That's 176, turn right hotel, kind of ground.
Right at hotel, contact the ground. See ya!
So that is a real world radio transmission. That's back at John Wayne. Our other buddies up in the tower. Hard see ya. That's pretty good. I gotta get Juliet. My wife did one with same guy. He gave her a really good Sia, and hers was, she like freestyled it. It was hilarious. See ya. I approved.
Cessna Skyhawk 204. Oh, fuck.
That was her on PilotEdge. I had her solo on PilotEdge. I was not in the room, just radios, chalk to chalk. That was actually on
7300 Golf
frequency.
Sierra is holding short runway 30 at Alpha 7.
It's hard to tell where the parking is.
Golf Santa Maria Tower, right turn to the northeast, approved.
It's like the buildings just off here are not the same, so I kind of get
Cleared
lost.
for takeoff, runway 30.
Yeah, it was like it took so much to get her to agree to do that. Then she finally did, and just drops a hard F-bomb on frequency. Whoops. But you know what? She did not care. And right into parking spot. I don't know if any of you do this that fly when you're in a rental, a wet rental, is this move. Does anybody do this? Like, I'm gonna save money on the 30 seconds of engine time off as I roll into the parking spot. I do that all the time, and I've somehow convinced myself that I'm saving money by doing that. Like, dude, this'll show them. This'll absolutely show them. We'll just coast into the parking spot, suckers. Dude, I swear every time I do this, like this is the plane that I fly. So the livery, it's exactly like this is it, and this is the parking spot that it goes in. So when I pull up into it after, you know, flying into John Wayne from a flight, it's so weird to see it like in the in its actual location. It's freaking awesome.